What is going on, you guys? The AK-47 is here, back at Central Texas Powersports on this nice day where it's not raining like every springtime day predictably does. Just kidding, that was sarcastic. It's never predictable in the springtime, but anyway, we have a 2014 Ducati Streetfighter 848 for you guys today, and this thing is super clean. It has very low mileage on it, and this thing is just unbelievably clean. Like, I didn't even touch this thing with polish or anything because it doesn't need it. Like, the wheels have a little bit of dust on them, but that is it. Like, I could just wipe that off with my fingers and be black. This thing is stupidly clean. But let's get to this, guys. Alrighty, so first thing you notice is you have this little awesome kill switch here that covers the start button. Flick that up, clutch in, starts right up. This is your Ducati high-end sport street fighter, like your super bike street fighter, like the BMW S1000R version of the S1000RR, the Honda CB1000R instead of the CBR 1000RR. This is the Ducati Streetfighter 848 instead of the Ducati 848 Evo, or the Ducati 848, depending on the trim level and the model you get. But this is the Ducati street bike, Streetfighter L-twin beast sounding frickin' sport bike. Sounds awesome. You got your neutral light, you know, your gas light up there. You have your high beam, low beam, stuff like that. Turn signal all up there on the top where all the little lights are. And then in here you got your tack, you got your, you know, trip stuff like that. And then you have your traction control, you have your temperature and your miles per hour. 410 total miles on this thing. You have on your left handlebar here, you got all your little adjustments and whatnot for your display settings. So you got your, if you go to the top button, you have your total mileage, trip 1, or sorry, your total mileage and your trip, and then you have your clock, then you have your air temperature, your traction control level, and it goes back to your total mileage. If you go to the bottom setting, the bottom arrow over there, it goes through, I guess you have to be stopped to do that, or maybe clutch in to do that, but it goes through like your battery voltage, set your traction control settings, you know, stuff like that. Basically you just go in and it's like all the actual like internal settings and internal memory and stuff like that that you need. But so overall right now, this is a 848. The CCs do not match up perfectly with 848, but they're right around there. And it's an L-twin, and it produces, I believe, 132 horsepower, I believe, and 70 foot-pounds of torque, I want to say. So looks like you got another Ducati actually right behind me right here. This is not meant to be a high-speed bike. Now it'll still go very, very fast, but it's meant to be a quick accelerating, canyon carving, thrashing around kind of bike. And it's meant to have a little bit more of an upright riding position, which it definitely does over, you know, super sports and stuff like that. It definitely has an upright position, and that makes it a lot more comfortable on your body to ride this thing than it does to ride the actual 848, which we'll see what this guy next to me is on here. It looks like it might be an 848 actually. That'd be kind of funny. Do a wheelie, do a wheelie, do a wheelie, do a wheelie, do a wheelie. Oh. But so this bike is obviously, you know, meant to be more comfortable than a super sport, and it very much so is. It is very comfortable. You're not putting 100% of your body weight on your wrists, which makes it a lot better. The seat is still your typical Ducati seat. It's not very comfortable. It's like a board, basically. But it's more comfortable than some of the Ducati seats I've sat on. And you really only notice it when you're going on extremely long trips, or if you're just first getting on it. Because once you're on it, you don't really notice it until you're at the point where your butt would really start to hurt. But right now, I'm very comfortable. The bars are in a fantastic position. The seat and the pegs are in a fantastic position, like, you know, ratio-wise of where they're located. It has adjustable, like fully adjustable front suspension and rear suspension. So you can adjust front and rear suspension to your liking, to your weight. Got the key that goes in right here. It's got a hydraulic clutch, which is nice. It's very smooth and it's very easy to pull. It's not a very heavy clutch at all. It's very easy to pull, but it's not too easy. So it still gives you that little bit of resistance that you want, but it's a very light clutch compared to some of the super bike clutches I've ridden. Oh yeah? That was a loud backfire though. Props to him. But got no windshield, so we'll see how this feels on the highway. Well, we're already at 80, that'll tell you something. Alright, up in 6th, cruising at 85-ish. And surprisingly not getting, I'm either not getting very much wind, or the wind came on so smoothly that I just don't realize it. But I don't feel like I'm getting that much wind. I'm not getting blown all around right now. The biggest thing I notice is the mirrors. The stock mirrors are vibrating a little bit, making it a little bit hard to see crystal clearly what's behind you. But you can still definitely see like what's there. It's just like a little bit vibrating. Central Texas Powersports, thank you for letting me ride your bikes. But you know, this bike, it's in pristine condition. Like there's really not anything wrong with it I can find out or that I can see. It only has 415 miles on it, which is nothing. This was probably just a little weekend warrior bike when the previous owner had it, would be my guess. Is that a Hellcat? No, it's not. So, ooh, she's pretty and she has a radar detector. That means she wants to go fast. Would you like to go fast? Oh, she's getting off. Crap, that's normally where I got off. I was thinking she was going to go straight. Well, dang it. By that I mean the Wahlberg exit. That dude was texting the whole time. He never looked up when I looked at him. He was just had his head down like this the whole time. These are the people that kill motorcyclists. Wow, that was, I don't know if y'all heard that or not, but that was a big freaking bug that hit me in the visor. Look where you're going. I see you checking your mirror, but you're not checking your blind spot. Idiot. See what it sounds like under here. Sounds good. I really am very comfortable on this bike right now. I am not having any comfort issues whatsoever. The turn signals, which this seems like a stupid thing to mention, but the turn signals actually turn on and cancel very easily. It's very solid. It's like click, click. It's not like mushy, mushy, mushy. It's click, click to turn them on and off. So turn signals work very well. Let's go through our little course here. Haven't been out here in a while, so don't know about road conditions, but I can see pretty well, so. Nice bet. C6, not a Z06, but still C6. Alrighty. The rear brake, now it may not be fully broken in yet. Move, bird, thank you. The rear brake may not be fully broken in yet, like the front brake is. But see, like, I will use, once I get up here to a straighter portion where there's no blind turns or anything, I will use the rear brake to slow myself down, and I'll use the front brake to slow myself down. Now granted, the rear brake always has less stopping power than the front brake does. Always. Because on motorcycles, it's about a 70 to 30 or a 75 to 25 front to rear ratio of braking power. So I will use them here after this turn to show you what I'm talking about. Okay, so I'll use my rear brake on this straightaway right here. So here's just rear brake. And I'm pressing down hard, but not hard enough to lock it. But I'm pressing down hard. So that was rear brake. So that was from about 40 miles an hour. So from about 40 again, here's front brake. And that was, again, not trying to lock it up because it's not my bike. But that's front brake. The front brake on this bike is fantastic. The rear brake, I'm assuming, is also very good. I'm assuming it's still a Brembo master cylinder. But the rear brake may not be broken in yet. So you might have to break it in, because normally when riders ride their bikes, they use front brake for the most part, or they'll get on the front brake harder. So the front brake tends to break in smoother and faster than the rear brake does. But right now, I mean, it's just dipping back and forth like this, and it's handling fantastically. The feedback you get through the bars is fantastic. You're not feeling really any of the bumps in the road that I'm expecting to feel, so the suspension is fantastic for me right now. Do one more lap now that we know everything is. Traction controls on. Very nice. That's normally the section I like to give it a little bit of power through, just to see kind of what the back and forth transitioning is like under acceleration at speed, and it handled that very well. And not to mention, my biggest favorite feature about this bike is the styling. I absolutely love the styling of this bike. For the longest time, I mean the longest time, I was thinking about getting one of these. The only reason I didn't was because I didn't have the budget for one at the time. But yeah, I mean, I can sit perfectly upright in this right now. Nice Mustang. Nice. And that's before they started hitting people. Also, another little, I guess, fun statistic. This bike has a wet clutch instead of a dry clutch, which some Ducatis have that people think they're broken. But this bike has a wet clutch, not a dry clutch, so you won't have to worry about coming up to a light and people going, your bike's broken, there's something wrong. But dry clutches do sound cooler to me. However, wet clutches are nice because you can slip the crap out of them and not ruin your clutch. Turn that bad girl off. Kickstand. Nice solid kickstand. Alright, so this is what you're looking at right here. You got the nice red frame. Everything on the engine is like blacked out other than like the little few pieces. Like you got your foot pegs that are silver still. You got your shift rod that's silver. These little accent pieces that are silver, but your engine case is blacked out and all that kind of good stuff. Nice swing arm. You got obviously the Ducati typical single-sided swing arm, so it's only on one side. It has the nice, really cool looking like brushed metal cans Like they look like that brushed metal, and they look really cool. It's like that glossy matte look. Got the nice Ducati on both sides of the tail coming into a point. Classic Ducati. Got nice rubber right here from the tire, and some chain wax, looks like. That just wipes right off. But got some chain wax on it, because, you know, still new chain, want to keep it waxed and stuff like that. Got the turn signals, got the fender on here still, just a little fender eliminator kit up there, 50 bucks, it's gone. Actually, for a Ducati, it's probably 100 bucks, but still 100 bucks is gone. Got the stock mirrors on it. As far as I know, everything on this bike is 100% stock. But anyway, it looks like you got two radiators. You have a top radiator and a bottom radiator, which is kind of interesting. But you got that really nice front end look. Just looks super cool. You got the really mean, just like bumblebee, angry stinger looking headlight, which looks really cool. Here are the lever adjustments that I was telling you about right here. You just screw these in and out, and it, you know, so there's that. Nice Brembo brakes on both. Really nice, clean looking bike. You can see down here. You see down here, you got the nice Ducati Testastretta 11-degree engine. Then you got your Streetfighter 848 right here on this nice little red accent. They could have left that off and it would have been fine. However, they added that to it and it looks so much better. Got your radiator fans right there. Got your Brembo master cylinder down here, Brembo up here, Brembo on the brakes, Brembo on the back brakes. Really nice. This is the weirdest exhaust. It goes down here, then it comes over this way, and then goes this way. One of the pipes continues up right here, up into the front. The other pipe comes over back this way and comes up here and goes up into the back up here. That's a really interesting exhaust setup, but it's really cool. It's just weird, but it's so unique. Anyway, I'll turn it on for you and let you hear it now. Okay, so this is your bike at idle. Like I said, it has a wet clutch in it. It does still have the typical little bit louder Ducati clutch though, but it's not anywhere near as loud as the dry clutch. This is your bike at idle. Give it some revs. Sounds really, really nice. I highly recommend this bike to anybody who thinks they can ride one, and who really likes the style of it and really likes the design of it and stuff like that. I highly recommend you come in, you check it out, you know, get on a test ride with this one or whatever, up at Central Texas Powersports. I believe we just got this in, so I do not know the price that they are listing it for yet, but we are normally pretty good about pricing. So I'd have to say it's going to be a pretty competitive price, pretty good price. So anyway guys, I definitely recommend this to anybody. If you want to check out this bike or any other bikes, or the BMW S1000R from 2014 that I'm going to ride next to compare to this one, come on down to Central Texas Powersports, tell them I sent you, or come find me and we'll hook you up. Alright guys, later.